Bloodborne.
Hello, 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 everybody.
Hello.
Welcome. Welcome to the next match of the Bloodborne tournament. I'm Peanut, and with me today is the one and only Ivan.
Introduction, really nice. Hello. We have a elimination match today. So one is going home. Oh my god.
Forgot to have the timer up. I'm a bad restreamer. But yeah, welcome everybody. We got an awesome matchup today. In our tournament, we've got Forest, who is on the left, and we've got Lynn, who's on the right. This is a double elimination tournament. Both of these guys have had one loss. So this is for all the marbles to see who goes on to face. Actually, I need to double check.
DP, I think. I check.
DP, yeah, DP. Yeah, it's DP.
Yeah.
From yesterday's match. So yeah. With that being said, without further ado, you want to count us down, Ivan?
Yep. Whenever I can go whenever.
All right. Yeah, I'm ready. It looks like the runners are ready. So just go ahead and count us down.
So 3, 2, 1, go. Wait.
The insanely speed countdown.
Yep. I sped up on purpose on the one.
Oh no! Go, Lynn! Go, go!
Go, Lynn! I think he was muted. Okay, we're good.
That's okay. It happens. It is what it is.
Unless I have delay, Forest has better hardware already. So yes. Yes, advantage.
There you go. Well, the thing is, we're going off IGT, so
yep.
You know how it is. Anything goes, not over to the fat lady sings. But yeah,
in game time is a clock from the game. So the clock that shows at the end of the run. They quit out and show the timer. So we use that time. We use that time because it's more consistent than LTA. Because you might have more quit outs than some other runs or not. So it's a much better consistent way to compare runs. So Lynn is getting bullied by the wolf already. I think this is a good start.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Force is on PS4 regular, and I think Lynn's on a regular or pro. I'm not sure. So we shall see.
Do you have longer loading screen on PS5? Because I think Forest had the longer loading screen.
Yeah, probably. I would assume though then that Lynn has a PS4 Pro. That would be my guess. Also, it would help.
Bullied already by the axe guy and the wolf, Lynn. I mean, but he survived. We're good. Yes, they're just going to pick up the weapon in the dream. There is not much more you can do here. Just pick up the weapon and go out. I don't know if I pick up the cane anymore or not. I don't think so. No.
Some still do. Some still pick up the cane. You know, I think newer guys are starting to see that some of the top runners aren't grabbing it, so they kind of do that now. But some of the old hats still do the thing. Honestly, if you asked me to use the cane, I'd probably whiff super hard right now. Like I couldn't hit it anymore because I haven't done it in so long. The cleaver strat honestly is so much better.
I feel like you get worse MNG more often when using the cleaver, but it must be me. I don't know. We'll see how it goes for them, but yeah.
I think it's well. You and me both know that there's been novels written on that skip. So the intricacies are outside of me. But yeah, we got both of them approaching sewer skip, which
the very first skip of the game of the run.
I like to think it's pretty standardized at this point. Like even just it, like back in the, I remember people telling me when I first started running, like this would like make people stop running.
Yeah, well, the thing is, in Bloodborne, it's so hard to move completely straight, and for that jump, you need to aim for the pillar. and do a quit out. So it saves your position on the pillar. It's really, I feel like it's really hard to aim perfectly straight. So sometimes and if you are not perfectly on the pillar, it doesn't count it doesn't save your position there. So it's a really tricky jump to do. So Lin got it. I think Forrest got it too.
Imagine jumping straight. Like, that's hard.
Yeah. And also there is like a dog near the end of the fence. I can try to bite you. Okay, probably got a bit lucky there.
All right.
The dog jumped back. And they're both on their way to Gascoigne, the very first boss. You want to fight him on the stairs because he tends to jump around a lot, and if you fight him on flat ground, then you might end up being so far away from the gate, the exit gates at the end, so it's much more consistent to fight him on the stairs. And you want to go for the backstabs. Backstab into mollies. It's a pretty good strat. Because you do more damage after you have done a backstab. When he's in that stagger state, you do way more damage.
And just you know, the physics and laws of nature on those stairs just don't, normal rules don't apply. Bullets go backwards.
Yeah, you shoot backwards.
Molotovs go into infinity, into a black hole, back into your pocket.
So you can parry almost every attack he does. So you can see Forrest got a nice parry there on the overhead slam. And when you throw Molly, when he's transforming to the last phase, when he's a beast, you damage both the human face, the human form, and the
nice finish. He just said nope.
Nice. Really nice. Like Forrest lost a bit of time on the zero skill, but he's catching up. He's everybody's game at this point.
Yeah, space and time are convoluted in good old Yarnum.
Are they picking up the onto-set now or later? We'll see. It's kind of nice to have it early, but I think they will skip it. Oh wait, no, Lin is going for it.
Yeah, Lin's going for it. I've been. A lot of people have been skipping it, and I've been championing grabbing it because I think there's no reason not to in a marathon setting. I think it saves you more often than not.
You are like a tiny bit more tanky if you have it, but barely, and you have a better Bisou too. Or the Euro dog.
I mean, it looks like clothes, but it might as well be, you know, wet paper towels, because that's how much defense it gives you. So
I think if you pick it up later, you only save 3 seconds or something like that. So it's really insignificant. So might as well go for it early. So you have the swag if you go for it sooner.
Swag, and well, I mean, some of the old guard, you know, that still fight shadows, like me. I think it saves you from getting the double swipe death. So I think just for that alone, it's worth the time loss. Lin's getting a little bit of meme here with the dogs.
So they both quit the game here, and so when you quit out the game in Bloodborne, it puts the enemies in their original location, so very far away from them. Right now, you will see like the dog will be TP away from them, which is really nice. But it de-aggroes the dogs completely.
Yeah, so Bloodborne is kind of unique with quit outs. If you guys don't follow it too much, you know, we do think it's technically called partial quit outs, which more or less means that you can quit out anywhere but with something that starts with an X animation, such as a lever or a door, and that's just to cut down from back in the old days when it just said Bloodborne across that screen for an hour between each load. I think it's honestly a happy medium. It lets people be able to, you know, use quit out strats, yet not overburden us with terrible loads and stuff. I mean, just think at the beginning of the game, you got how many doors and gates?
You spend so much time in loading screen. If you were to quit out everywhere, it's just a pain. And just to reset to Gascoigne in the end, feels so bad.
Mm-hmm.
The Lin is going to do Orleanum skip now. So it's you jump out of bounds and you end up directly at the bottom of the town.
Everybody's doing this new I swear
Also,
it's witchcraft. I can't do that version. The pillar
forest
one.
is to jump. Yeah.
I
It's
like
so hard. I don't know how they do it. It's so hard.
more and more people are doing it now. It's I don't know. Maybe I'm just challenged. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Same.
But they
But
both did it successfully. That's good. The
Forest did the jump and Lynn's God Gamer run off. I don't know how he does it. Just too
God
good.
gamers. So yeah, typically in this area you won't you won't heal. So you saw Lynn just deal with the wolf for a second, which is the scary part at the end there. Really, that's the only scary part. If everything goes right. It looks like Forrest is selecting to do a quit out, which is not a bad play.
Really not a bad idea at all. I don't have the sound from Forest, but maybe he was chased. He was being chased by the wolf, so he just decided to quit. So you can see Lynn is throwing cocktail at the wall, and the boss will aggro to the cocktails, so you can just destroy him while he's trying to hit the wall. Really nice strategy.
Get the double backstep. Uh-oh. That's concerning. This is a point when you throw that third cocktail. But I think Lynn knows how to fight YOLO, so he's alright.
I think when you damage BSB,
Very nice.
he or she goes into phases, and when she transitions phases, she stopped moving for a couple of seconds, so you have time to do a nice backstab. And they know exactly when he did, so he knew. God Gamer really knew it was safe. The Forest had like slightly better fight so far. Wait, let's not jinx it.
Yeah, don't do the commentator curse, Ivan.
I have that power, nice. I need to use it wisely.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Oh, so I guess Forest used a lamp in
he grabbed the lamp up top, so he looks like he's gonna elect to keep his echoes and potentially use that for 12-bit later. Meanwhile,
oh yeah, so you have
yeah,
10k more, 10k extra echoes. Yeah, that's a nice strategy as well. You don't lose a lot of time in game, anyways. It's just more, real time that you throw away a bit, but it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair though, you were, I think, one of the pioneers of cutting down on VIT and pumping damage.
Insane tryhard.
Yeah, so I wouldn't suspect you know how to level up plus 10 VIT. Did you even know you could?
When I started running the game, we went all the way up to 26 or something like that. So yeah, don't worry, I know to level up VIT. We went to insane amount of VIT back in the days. But like Lynn, he picked up the doll set, which sells for a ton of echoes. That's the main reason you would grab it, just for the money. Gives you a bunch of level ups early. Forrest doing the same. He seems a bit behind, but yeah, I think he could have 3 extra time.
I know I think he did at least one. One in Old Yarnum and potentially one extra somewhere else. I feel like.
So he had the extra loading screen from the lamp TP.
Yeah, the lamp too.
Yeah, 1 extra or 2. Wait, I cannot count. It's too early.
Too early, and I don't even. Yeah, I honestly just use my gut, and it's more fun to just guess until the end anyway.
Yeah, well, they're pretty much even, almost. I think Lynn's barely ahead, but it's fine. Can definitely catch up. And Lynn is heading into the Amelia fight, and he's going to use the pellets for the first time. The pellets are super broken. It gives you 70% more damage, I think.
Up to.
Or is it 80? I never remember which one.
It's up to 70 and then 80 for damage taken, I believe. But yeah, I feel like I feel the damage taken thing's a little overstated. Just because I think you and I both know how broken counter damage is, and I think that's the thing that's really 80%.
So the more you hit the monster, the more the bars fills up, and the more damage you do as well. So So you can see he has like a +0 and he's not level up and he's dealing insane damage already, as you can see. It's pretty insane.
Amelia is kind of like the first version of Beast Blood Pellet, the game.
Yeah. And you can break every single one of our limbs. So like both arm, both legs, and the head. So the idea here is just to chain the breaks one by one in the right order. So you can pretty much stun lock her. You can see Forest doing it again second time.
I mean, I think the original strat was found by what, QTT?
Yeah.
And the visceral version, which is the one Forest here's doing, and that it's pretty dang consistent.
He's wait, we didn't explain ladder rope, I think.
No, we didn't, but it's okay. So long story short is that this entire time that Forest is like fighting Amelia right now, the game thinks he's on the ladder. Which is pretty neat.
Yeah, when you do an animation like a gunshot, or you swap your weapon or transform and try to climb the ladder like barely after, the game try to do the two animations at the same time, and it thinks you are on the ladder, but you're actually not, because you cancel the climb animation with the other animation, and you can run around. But it thinks you're on the ladder, so your position is safe here. And when you quit and reload, it will spawn you back at the ladder. So this way you don't have to run all the way down, which is really nice. It's like 20 seconds, I believe.
Yeah, it's something like that, just shy of 20.
Yeah.
The thing I think that's pretty neat about it is you can do it with like any animation, like even a vial. Not that you would want to do it with a vial, but
can you do it like a jump or like a roll or something like that?
Never tried. I just do the trick because it's easy. The buttons, the layout works for me. Yeah. Considering an RTA race. Thing is, we're going off of IGT, Red.
Yeah. Because you save 20 in-game time, but I think it takes around 40 to reload the save file. So in RTA, you will actually lose time.
Yeah, because I mean, if we had done this tournament RTA like or real time, that would give hardware advantages to people, you know. And IGT is just the best way for us to standardize the timing method in this game, because people have different hardware, especially now with PS5 and stuff, which saves roughly about a second each load from just experience playing on it and whatnot. Hattie claims PS5 saves some IGT. I don't think it's a large amount. I think it's kind of the same as like PS4 Pro over PS4 normal. But I'm splitting hairs here.
PS4 Pro save 3 seconds of in-game time because you're like barely faster live screen before the cutscene. So I guess with PS4 Pro and PS5 difference is really around the same. I don't know. I actually haven't watched a lot of PS5 runs, so I can't really tell.
They do go by faster RTA, I will say that. You get done pretty fast, and there's been a few races where we have a PS5 versus a PS4, and you can definitely tell that it's a little bit more speedy. So yeah, we got both the guys doing their
triad advantage.
Right. So yeah, both the runners are doing their first level ups where they do 25, 19 plus 4 and slot their gems.
So you want to kill the doll because she talks a lot, and also if you never kill her, she spawns at random spawns, and some spawns are really, really bad. Like she can spawn DLC Stone, which is so bad. It's so far away.
I've never had that happen to BH.
I don't know if it's possible in All Bosses Run because you only level up twice anyway, or 3 times.
But, yeah, I remember there was something with. Apparently, like, it's like a % chance. I remember seeing Lance say something about it, and it was like a % chance, but there's like the way that we do our warps and stuff, like we don't really allow it to happen if everything goes right. Like if we go to the dream unscripted, I think there's a chance, but I don't know. Never happened to me in 2+ years, so.
Maybe in longer runs, it can actually happen, like in all achievements or stuff like that. Maybe.
That would be annoying for sure. Be like, hey, where'd she go? She ran away. But yeah, we actually didn't even get Lynn went ahead and knocked down Parl so fast we didn't even get to even mention it.
Go and go gamers, they're just too fast.
They're too fast. We can't keep up. Us old boomers.
Wait, well, Forest going to do it, so we can comment it now. It works a bit like Amelia. Like, you can break every single limb, yeah, so you do like a nice combo.
I think Parl's been a cool illustration of how the run and strats have advanced. Because to this point, it's changed so much, and now we don't even use fire paper on him. Like, that was the standard back in the day, and now you used to go around the world breaking all the limbs, and now it's just pretty much wail on one side. It's pretty nice, pretty comfy.
The R2 he does at the end is so precise, actually. The timing is really tight. It's really easy to miss, and if you miss and you have lost a ton of stamina on top of damage, you really don't want to miss it. It's kind of precise. So Lynn did a nice little skip out of bounds. It's really easy to do, and it skips a big chunk of the Forbidden Woods.
Don't say that. I've missed it a couple times lately.
Same. Me too. And if you miss it and the crows start to swarm on you, and yeah, but
you can actually you can flip it, like do a retry really fast, but like it's you don't want to have to kill those crows. They'll murder you fast. They peck very speedy. It's like a woodpecker.
Maybe if you miss it twice, it's when they start to swarm on you and when things start to go really bad. I think you are allowed to miss it once.
Yeah, this is we got the guys run through the forest, the area, not the runner.
The runner. There's not much happening in the forest segment. You just pick up a bunch of upgrade materials for later on, and then there is a skip, a cursed skip. I let you command it for that one because I've never done it. I don't know it works.
Oh, you mean the freeze?
So the shadow freeze, yeah.
It's pretty. It's not that difficult. It's the getting out of bounds part's pretty easy. So you just like run up on the. You use that log to pretty much get you up onto the rocks. Then you jump, do some jumpies, and then get up on the tree. And once you get to the tree, you have to do pretty much like get. We call it wedged, but you essentially kind of like lower your player character height for just a smidge, and then you do like a hard 90 right jump. Like pretty much you come out of the tree and jump straight right, and then you're on the other side of the whatever void, and then you can fall right in.
This jump in particular seems really hard to do. I don't know if it's. Oh, is he stuck?
He got stuck. He's got to quit out. There's some memes that can happen there that you get kind of stuck in certain spots. Like you can get stuck on the gravestones or even there, but you get put back up top with the quit out. It's no big deal. But yeah, this is essentially for you guys watching. This is essentially the comeback of the Shadows AI freeze, because back in the way back prehistoric days with the dinosaurs, this used to be a thing, and then they patched it out, and then thanks to Dist and Cookie, we found it again. And it's on. This is just my opinion. I don't have any full evidence, but I fully suspect this is faster than doing the fight, or at least I know it's more consistent. We'll say that.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. You cannot really. Can you die? I guess you can die on the skip, maybe.
Potentially, but no, I mean, you're not gonna. You can get infinite fall on this little tree jump. That's the thing.
Yeah. So if that happens, then you need to respawn from the lamp. That will cost a lot of time.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I think
he's not
fine.
Oh, he should. I mean, it's hard to tell till the quit out, but Forest should be good. It's not a big deal. But yeah, Lynn's coming up on had a good shadows and now doing Lunarium key skip. See if you get the YOLO. Ooh.
Yeah.
Very
There
nice.
is this centipede mob, and his tail goes back and forth on some kind of cycle, and you want to jump on the tail when it's coming close to you. And it's kind of precise. You need to
There you go. Good
be
job,
at the perfect
Forrest.
time. Now he's fighting Rom. So since you do
Uh,
parallelly, you have ball pepper, which allows you to kill the spiders in one hit, which is super nice. You're like, oh my god, he's getting bulldozered by the by the spider. Okay.
Forrest did get the tree jump, so he got through that part. That's the hardest part of the whole AI freeze is that tree jump. A lot of people get kind of stuck on that part because it's funky. It's just kind of got a weird timing to it. Lynn was getting a little bit of spider memes, but looks like he's
Yeah,
got
it's
through.
fine. Should be fine. Then you do a bunch of combos on ROM. You try to do less than, I never remember the number, but I think it's
1060.
1K, 1060? Okay. I never remember. And then you stagger ROM out of the teleportation. And so you do a lot of damage before she gets to the second spawn. And then you use the moonlight, the reflection on the moonlight on the water to know where she's going to spawn next. And you just go here and spawn kill her pretty much. You can see there is a pack of spider, and oh, he missed it. But when you run to that pack, towards that pack, you directly run into the cutscene, and the cutscene already triggers when the fight is done. But I think he barely missed it there. I think it was too much on the right. So he did a quit out, and he's going to spawn right next to the queen. That's the queen.
I don't know if that's a newer strat, but like it didn't used to be a thing, or at least when I started, it didn't really. It didn't used to be a thing so much, but it's so nice. Like I remember hated it. Like if you didn't get the insta warp, it feels bad, you know.
Even back in my days, it was not here. Back in my days.
Back, I know I say that all the time. Back in my day, we went uphill both ways to shadows. But no, I think a lot of the things that the developments and things that we've found recently have been nothing but good for the speed game and improved consistency. It's pretty fun. I still fight shadows though. Shadows gang.
Yep, Shadows Gang. Never leave the Shadow Gang. Forrest did like a safer way to skip. So he just ran to the centipede and quit out.
Loses like I
nothing
think they're like a couple seconds, but nothing. If you don't even attempt it, then I think you lose even less time. Probably just just whatever it takes to get the jump, really.
And you can see the tail, what's happening with the tail. So when it's coming back to you, it just gives you like a little boost when you jump on it. So it's just enough to go over the fence. So you don't have to run in the building as the key and everything. Just skip directly into the boss, which is nice. I'm glad there is no kill box or anything if you try to jump in the light from the wrong spot.
You know, it's kind of surprising. I never thought about that, but that'd just be a FromSoft thing to do, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Put like a giant kill box everywhere except for the one spot where you can drop on top. Yeah. So Lynn did what is it called? Yeah, good skip. But that fence has a really weird collision, and if you do like a charger too, like it did, you can just dash through it. You can even walk to the fence if you come from the perfect angle, but it's really hard to do.
I remember seeing, I don't remember if it was a Japanese runner or who, but they had a setup where they literally just sprinted through, and I was like, I think some of us tried it a few times, and we were like, nope.
You have to like stop at the perfect time, and it's just so hard to do.
All right, and Forrest has a pretty textbook ROM. Very nice.
It's pretty close so far. It's really, really close.
Yeah, really no hiccups. I think Forrest has taken a few more extra quit outs just for safety, but I think they're pretty dang neck and neck right now.
But this spot before One Reborn is actually pretty sketchy with all the coffins spitting stuff at you. I think he has a really nice lineup, really safe lineup, so it should be fine. But
it used to be a lot scarier. I think like we've refined the lines pretty good now.
Yeah, I still use like a terrible sketchy line. I don't know why, but it's just clenchy every time.
It's just that their timing of their bullets is always variable. So sometimes you get a weird meme where you'll get a late shot from one or whatever.
Yeah, and sometimes you cannot hear them shoot, so it's so scary.
So Reborn is, well, I like to call him Meme Reborn.
He dodged the corpse drop, nice.
I monkey S every time someone rolls it, just because that there's a fireball coming right behind it. So yeah, a couple tournaments or years ago when we had the tournament, Reborn claimed a lot of folks.
Yeah, during the first tournament, when Reborn was the MVP of the
MVP. I mean, this year he hasn't been as bad. I won't say he hasn't not claimed any casualties, but it's been a lot less than the past.
You stagger his body part one by one, pretty much, and you need to do like a set amount of hits, and you really hope for no fireball to hit you when you are doing the hits, because then he can just throw off everything.
There are times when fireballs actually are beneficial, though, like that can give you an extra hit, because getting hit makes you regen your stamina faster. And potentially gets you an extra hit. There are times when it's good, but it's a slippery slope.
The Forest did a nice little setup here for the Yaragul skip. So if you do like a backstep into L1 into R2, it always works. I think I've actually never done it, but I think it always works.
The pro flow, as long as you're lined up, like you're more or less, if your shoulders are square in the frame, you pretty much will hit it 99% of the time.
That's a really nice backup. Honestly,
it is, especially if you go obviously for the YOLO, and if you miss and you just can quit out real fast, and it works out pretty well. I mean, you lose like 6 seconds doing it, but it's whatever. Better than having to kill them.
I don't think the grandpa with the shotgun on the wheelchair aggroes you, right, when you do the pro flow setup.
So no. If you take like a minute, yeah, he does. But typically, it's the back guy you got to watch out for.
Yeah. Lin is going to do some more level up and some more upgrades. He has like +8. He's going to get to +8.
Yeah, +8 and like 32, 25.
Yep. And the gem also, yeah, he picked up, one gem in Yaragul? Or two? Is it? No, it's one. Just one.
It's just the one from Yaragul, and you replace that gold gem, or that beast gem. Ooh,
damage
Forest missed. Forest missed a hit. Oh no!
He got fireballed.
He missed a hit. Ugh.
That's a rough one. I didn't really see what happened. I was watching the epic leveling up action from Lin.
Pretty much on the opening combo, he missed. He was too far away and missed a hit, which kind of puts you in an awkward spot, because typically when you get there, you have just enough stamina for 3 hits, and if you miss one, then you run out of stamina after 3, right? So like that kind of put him in a bad spot. Then he got kicked, which took most of his health, and then he got the fireball. But Forest is a well accomplished runner. I don't think he'll have too many issues.
But the good thing is when you do the fight the second time, the strategy doesn't change at all. Like you don't have to do like a normal casual fight. You can still do the speedrunning strat.
The one thing that's tough. I mean, there's kind of a double factor in my opinion with like a fog wall or Reborn. Is there's 2 things. One, you want to get your echoes back because you're about to level up, right? And then secondly is he like rotates really hard, like because the first time you come in, he's just kind of like, he doesn't turn at all, but the second time he's like on a I don't even know what to call it, like an axis, like he's just spinning so you got to kind of do like a half circle around him.
He's trying to go full spin twin on you.
Mm-hmm. That, and you got to make sure it's scary because you got to. Oh gosh! Grab your thing! Grab him! No!
Oh, he got twice. By the
don't-
little fruits. Oh my god, that sucks. You didn't get the echoes.
That's okay. You can recover from that.
Yeah, it's
You'll
fine.
just have to do some peach stuff and maybe sell some stuff later. But there's extra cold bloods in the next area after Mikolash. You can get another 20k plus you can get like 30k from the ritual blood and upper cathedral. Like that's it'll set him back a little bit for now, but it'll be all right. Meanwhile, Lynn, yeah,
Lynn is just zooming on the
yeah,
right side.
Lynn's on fire.
Full zoom zoom. Yeah, it's about to enter Mikolash. So honestly, the scary part is not really the boss himself, but the scale is the puppets.
Yeah, I always think it's very interesting that the puppets are the one enemy that I know of in this game that you cannot get rally from.
He got the Swedish MNG. Nice.
Jeez, he's zooming. This Lynn about to PB in a race. Let's go. All right, double puppet meme. Meanwhile, Forest is on his way again to Reborn. So at this point, he's kind of getting lower on pellets and vials, which kind of sucks. At some point, if he needs to, he can go to the woods and get some extra ones.
Yeah, there is one extra you can pick up before Mikolash, but yeah, there is still one he's missing, or maybe he knows like the one pellet Mikolash thread, and will do
He
that.
should. He should.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh, all right. He got the stagger. He got it.
Right.
All right. Very nice. We're back in control of this reborn fight. We've roped him in. I hope. Oh God! I'm Monka S-ing hard. You got this, Forrest. You got this. I believe. Meanwhile, Lynn doing the plunge. Let's go. Double boss action. I can't even keep.
The weird zigzag walk. Like it's just so concerning for a second. But he should always try to reach the other room, even if he does some weird walking.
Oh, get the kill! Get the kill! Get the kill! Get the kill! Please, player slaughtered. All right, we did it. Good job for us. We got the backbone. We're good. All right, trade. Like that's cool. Take it. Like that sucks, but take it.
He's not even getting echoes from Bloodborne now. Oh my god.
I think they'd be on the ground, right? I would think so.
Did he manage to pick them up from the previous fights?
Well, he'll lose the echoes from Shadows Reborn or Rom, but I'm not sure if he'll have the boss echoes on the ground. I would think so.
Yeah, I hope so. Well, you kind of want just to upgrade your weapon at least. Like the level ups are fine. It's fine if you don't get them, but we see it's not ideal at all. But the weapon upgrade are so important. I hope he can get that. Oh, he has a cold blood as well, so yeah. He should be fine for the upgrades.
Yeah, he should be fine. And then Lynn's doing the quick sidetrack to go grab the thing, the gem. It's kind of like yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was about to say the same thing you were gonna say.
Yeah, seems like such a long walk around, but it's actually worth it. You will save time by having that.
That it's 18%, which that's a lot. And then the way the gems work, they kind of multiply off each other, and so like it's a huge damage boost. All right, he got the Reborn Echoes. Very nice, very nice.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's nice. Can get some level ups.
He's probably gonna be a little bit less strength than where he'd want to be, but for Mikolash and Wet Nurse, not a big deal.
And Lin, yeah, he got a double frenzy meme, so he got frenzied during the loading screen. Like during there is like a little black screen before the game goes into loading screen, and you can still get hit during that. And got frenzied, so he spawned with like 20% of HP left.
Good old frenzy, just the best mechanic ever created by FromSoftware, in my opinion.
But he has time to
sarcasm
on the elevator, so it's not a big deal at all. You can just heal up, not lose it like barely any time. Yep, like that.
Easy peasy. So yeah, Wet Nurse, the last boss at any percent, pretty much just a bullet sponge or pellet sponge, whatever you want to call it. Not a
Pellet
very
gun.
not a very intricate fight. I mean, you're literally just wailing on her from behind. But there are some cool things you could do, like the Nightmare Cancel. Um, the staggering is the way that she staggers is kind of interesting because it's like every 9 or 10 hits, like 3 L1s equals an extra R1 kind of thing. Like,
Yeah, I think if you do just R1, it's 10 hits, but then if you mix it with L1 and stuff, it's like 7 or 8, yeah. Don't know exactly. It's really a simple fight, and but the thing is she has multiple attacks she can do, and you really want the attacks where you don't need to dodge and just strafe and go behind her. But if she has a couple attacks you will have to dodge, like the golf swings and stuff. So you really don't want to see them.
yeah, and Lynn actually got the Nightmare phase, but had in such low health that she's just said, "Heck it, I'm gonna go through it." And Lynn giving
He's
us a
waving on
peepo,
it.
hey.
Oh, yeah, he got a bunch of more echoes. What did he do? I was watching the Wetnose fight. But he has 53k now.
He might have grabbed some extra cold blood early. But it looks like he's
Yeah, there was-
getting 27, 25, so he lost out on like 5 levels. That's actually not that bad.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, he still gets the upgrades. I think it's the most important thing, and the gem swaps. He should be fine.
Meanwhile, Lynn's got so Forrest is going to Miko, and Lynn is going to lecture halls or skip. Our old
There's
favorite.
a nice little skip here. Let's have 15 seconds. We get it first try, which never happens. Unless
Unless you're a god gamer.
he's going to get it first try. Watch it happen.
Ah.
Barely missed. So you need to jump at the perfect timing and on the right angle, so you get a little boost out of the little corner on the bottom left. It's really tricky to do.
It's in my opinion, the most precise skip in the game that we have.
Yeah, it's super hard. It seems easy, but it's really not. Well, it doesn't even seem easy, to be honest. Like, so when you try to do the skip, you can see when you jump there is a little smoke, and you can use that to adjust where to jump. So you want to jump, yeah, like right on the corner, pretty much. I think he's aiming too much on the right a bit.
We need
The
we need those Jordans.
Nice.
We need those Air Jordans. There we go. Nice job. Meanwhile, Forrest is going to go take a quick little detour, grab this extra pellet because he's had to use extras. I don't know if he's going to do one pellet Mikalash, but if he doesn't, he'll have to go to the woods early.
I think he's one down, right? So I think
Yeah, he's down one right now.
yeah. So either he has to pick up like more insights to buy more pellets, or he has to pick up extra somewhere. Can you even pick up an extra? I don't know.
At this point, I don't think he can pick up any extra besides going to the woods and doing the ones that are past cave skip. Unless he does the one pellet, then he'll still be on track with the pellets and how it all works typically. But
I took the shortcut for Miko in case something terrible happens.
Honestly,
Nice move.
like Mikalash has been the reborn this year. He's got me twice, or once, at least once. Like he's gotten a lot of the runners, honestly.
And Lynn did the what even is it called?
Nightmare Frontier skip.
Nightmare Frontier skip. There. Nightmare Frontier skip. It skips the entire area completely.
It's very nice. And then Amy's pretty cool in that you got a pretty standard strat, but a little development lately where we actually time that head hit now, where it actually does damage, saves like 2 seconds, roughly, as opposed to how we used to do it. I still do the old strat because I'm lazy. and don't learn new
What is
strats.
the old strat?
I mean,
Is that
I
the
mean,
one with
the old
the...
strat. I mean, you R2'd the head. You just didn't do damage.
Oh,
Now you time it to get that damage, and you save a hit.
yeah.
But I've missed it too many times because if you have to you do the R2 later, and if you don't do it in time, her head raises up too high, and then GG, you're probably dead. So I don't. I have been very reluctant to do it, but it seems pretty easy. A lot of people do it, and it doesn't seem too
As long as you
difficult.
avoid Traneric Dala, you're fine, honestly. Just the goal is to avoid getting Traneric Dala.
And it looks like so. Forrest elected to use 2 pellets,
Okay, yeah.
so
It's yeah. It
he'll
probably
he'll,
has
he'll
to
have
be,
the one for wet nurse, but yeah, he's gonna either have to go get an additional one before he goes and does Amy.
he has to
All
do the
right,
forest
Mika
segment
last done.
earlier.
Nice.
Yeah.
No Miko
Yeah.
memes
I guess
today.
he will just go to the clinic after wetness instead of going to Amygdala first, like
Ooh,
Lynn
that's
did.
a nice strat. Lynn threw a cocktail at the tree to keep that beast guy away from. That's actually a really good strat.
Oh, he didn't go for the jump. He just tried to go for the tombstone jump, which he did. Nice.
I don't that super jump. That's hard, man.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't.
really precise. Honestly, the jump timing, jump window is extremely tight. Because the angle of the jump is easy to make, but the timing is just so hard. You need to jump really at the last moment possible. Just really hard.
Yeah, Lynn did cave skip, which doesn't skip the cave, just gets you into the cave. We're good with the skip names. And yeah, I honestly cave skip used to be the one that scared me the most. Because it was
Yeah,
like
you can
it's
go
like
really
17,
mad.
18-second time save maybe, and if you fail it, you die.
You can kill your run. Like there's so many ways you can kill your run. These are like the enemies come and
Oh
swarm
no.
you. Or, oh, I
Forrest
hope
got
it's fine.
grabbed.
You can
Okay.
get stuck in the tombstone, or you can fail the drop at the end. So many ways you can actually fail the skip and die. But yeah, he got it. I hope Forest is fine. Actually, it's so scary we only
Yeah,
need to kill out here.
that and yeah, I don't think he's grabbed the gem yet, so that's the scary part. Because having to come down here, like you can lose your echoes. Okay, ooh, look at that, insane. Oh,
It's
please
fine.
get out, please get out, please.
It's fine. It's out.
How's I don't. Did he
Yeah,
quit out or
yeah.
did he warp? Okay, he
No,
warped.
you walked out.
Okay,
Yeah,
that was. I was like, I was almost confused there. I was.
I didn't even get friended on the loading screen.
What if
That's
he
so
just
good.
like quit? What if he just quits out and warps at the same time and just like wrong warps to Gearman? Insane. Cookie, write this down.
You get on the KS cookie.
But yeah, Lynn's just doing the last half of the woods segment. Grab the Canehurst summons and hit this lady for one of the thirds of the umbilical cord. There's 4/3 of the umbilical cord in the game because math. And yeah, but we just grabbed 3 because one's tied to a storyline and that's slow. So, but that's the last one you need to get the moon presents.
Yep,
He's
so
checking his
live one.
inventory, maybe. And then meanwhile, Forrest is on his way to Wet Nurse, which ought to be.
He has barely less damage than Lin had during the boss fight, so it should be around. It should be almost the same, but yeah, he has barely less damage. He should be fine anyways.
And I actually didn't catch if he went and grabbed those extra cold blood. I'm not sure if he's trying to do that to compensate his levels or not, but we'll see.
Oh, there we go, the ghost wings. That's pretty much the only attack thing to dodge. Else we can just strafe everything that she does. So you really don't want to see the ghost wing.
Oh no, here it goes.
Oh.
He was ready. Good
Hi,
job.
ghost
Good
wing.
job. Oh. It's so those golf swings, there's because she has like the swipe attack, right? That she just does 4 in front of her, and they look somewhat similar when you're behind her. And yeah, sometimes if you're not really on point, you can miss. I've done it before. You mistake it for the other one, and like this one right here, yeah, where she does this the cross in front of her. It kind of looks the same as the one that the golf swing. If you're like behind her.
That's fine. Nice.
All right, he ran out of pellet at the end, but he got her. Nice.
And people haying us.
Yeah,
Nice.
people hey.
They get
I liked it. Everybody people hays at Wet Nurse. I like that.
Like a good 40 seconds of waiting before anything happens. You need to stop. You need to wait for the baby to stop crying, and it takes a long time.
Yeah, we need a skip for that too, Cookie. We'll just start making a list. And then Lynn's on way up to Upper Cathedral Ward. Go fight Emissary and Ebrietis, the alien bosses.
I was going to do the skip with the cleaver extended to get the key.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. He pops his bull paper very early. I usually do it later.
But I guess it doesn't need the paper.
With the paper, you can. All it takes is one charged R2. So you just aggro him, get him to the door, one charged R2, and that's it. That's why it's so. I think the cane has become an afterthought, is because you can literally kill him in one hit, which is very, very comfy as opposed to how we used to do it. Right. Like I've even done it on BL4, but like it gets a lot sketchier there because you have to pop up and you have to pop a pellet, and it still takes 3 hits.
It's 2 hits after the first one. It's so sketchy.
Yeah, it's bad. So yeah, Lynn picked up that badge. That'll let him buy as many pellets as he desires.
You want to use the pellet super early here, so you can use the pellet for Ebrietas on the elevator and not waste any time. It's like really tiny optimization he's doing. It's really, really tiny optimization, but... Oh, the dogs.
Dogs! Whoa! Oh, my dog!
It's one of the nice things about doing the cave skip is that you don't have to deal with the dogs.
True. Well, I think he actually... Well... Typically, you don't have to mess with the dogs, but if I know Forest, he does this unique thing where he goes into that hut and grabs the 4 elixirs, which give the dogs time to get out. Meanwhile, Lynn does YOLO Emissary.
That's pretty smart. He's going to save 2 insight later on, so he can buy pellets with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Forest has an interesting history in that he came in to Bloodborne speedrunning running 1.0, which like not very many people do anymore. And then he's also done all trophies. So he actually brings in some unique strats that we don't typically see with, the people that just typically run all bosses and stuff. So it's kind of cool to watch and see what different things that he does. That I know another one he does ladder warp by witches, which is kind of interesting. No one else really does that.
Oh, wait, is he doing it on the... before the dogs, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so he TP backs after the... Oh, okay, after the fight, yeah.
Which I don't know about it. I would
nice
probably do it.
It's a nice safe strat.
Yeah.
You don't feel dying.
And Lynn's zooming. Ebrietis down, easy peasy. Not even a thing. Ebby's really not that scary on all bosses. The only time it really gets scary is if you either miss a head hit or if you do too much damage at the beginning and get the stagger before the health bar shows up. Yeah, that's really the only times, that is a problem.
Waving at us again.
Everybody's saying, hey, good morning.
I mean, it's having such a nice run so far, Lynn. Yeah, I don't want to jinx it. I probably did already.
Yeah, Lynn's having a very, very flawless run. And Lynn's been talked about Forrest. Lynn's been on the grind. Like Lynn grinds very, very hard and has gotten extremely good very fast, and it's been a pleasure to watch. I'm not kidding. He's got like double the attempts I have, which is kind of wild. I've been doing this for a while, so no, he's very practiced.
So now Forrest has to do the upper cathedral layout segments. Yeah.
Did he already do Amy? I didn't catch it. I don't think he did yet.
Wait, no, I don't think he did. I don't remember seeing him go. I was watching Lynn, but I don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't think he did. No.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
+9 now, so he did not do it. Yeah. I had to go for the pallets and stuff.
So, yeah, Forrest is about a segment or so behind.
Yeah, like 1.5. Also, yeah.
It's a little his routes kind of got switched up a little bit in the mid game, but it is what it is.
We get to see Lecturer skip again.
Ooh, he got robbed on that second one. Third try, very nice.
He got it faster than Lynn, barely.
The comeback's on.
Comeback is on, yeah.
Meanwhile, Lynn's about to go fight the hardest boss in the game, Cleric Beast. Just ask Alma.
I don't know if he's going to make it, honestly. Oof. Intense fight. Oof.
Oof.
Nice.
That was close.
There we go. Yeah. You do it now because you want the echoes to buy the upgrades.
Yeah, we used to
use markup beta, so you don't have any money. So we moved that segment later to get just for the echoes. Pretty much.
Yeah, we used to do cleric before the upper cathedral segment, but we'd pop a cold blood to be able to level our weapon, and then we figured it out that hey, those 4,000 echoes ain't doing us any good earlier, so might as well just push it back, and it's kind of a nice little breather right before DLC.
Yeah, you get like a breather before and after DLC, which is pretty nice. The witches segment is a nice breather as well.
You know,
yes.
As much as I used to dislike Unrestricted because of Wolf Skip, I have to say that the one thing it did great, this is what my opinion is, it had Witches and Ligarius before DLC. It was nice because you went from Ligarius to the Moon Presence was like boss rush. It was fun. And I sometimes I'm always mixed on that breather, after DLC. It's kind of nice, but it's also like you're kind of at that point like, let's just get this show over with.
I don't know, I like the Witches run, honestly. It's like the victory lap almost. Well, you might lose the run still, but it feels like a victory lap or something.
Yeah, there's not too many memes that can happen.
Yeah. It's like you're almost done, you're having on a good run and stuff, and you just enjoy, because nothing can go wrong almost on that segment, so you just enjoy your time.
Forrest got Amy down. Lynn's grabbing no train wreck Dala. I only did that strat a few times, and I'm sorry you guys had to do that. It did not look fun. It was not very fun to do. Anything that where I can't really see where I'm doing, I don't like. And that was a strat where you kind of were sort of blind for a portion, and I don't like that.
I think Silico had a nice visual cue strategy for it, but yeah, I didn't use that. I was just doing bad feeling, and sometimes when you do things bad feeling, it just fails. You have days off and just completely fails sometimes. So it's better to have cues for stuff. This kind of stuff.
It's always hard with a console game though, right? Like, I mean, you're using the controller. Setups are sometimes difficult to do.
You always want to have visual cues or sound cues for consistency. When you do stuff by feeling, it's bound to fail at some point. It's just going to fail one day. Forrest is going right, which is smart. I think he just loses a couple of seconds, but he has no enemy to deal with.
Few seconds. It's an RTA strat, really.
Yeah.
I'd do it in marathon races because it's I don't think worth I personally hate that quit.
Just don't quit out too. You can just go without the quit outs. YOLO. Is it going to get memed on the ladder? I hope not. Well, I'm casting, so it might get memed. The curse.
Don't commentary cast or
One.
curse.
Okay, only
All right.
one shot. You can get
It's
shot
like,
3 times on that ladder, and you cannot do anything about it. You just die.
I think it's a.
That's happened a couple of
I don't
times.
see it happen too often. I think it's mostly like a line stamina thing. Like if you have a bad
Oh, really?
stamina line, then I think you'll get the triple gunshot. Like I think it happened to Alma in the tournament where he got a bad deal. French luck, yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's because we are French, so we only get these kind of memes happening to us. Yeah.
Ooh, Forrest does the trade with the scythe guy. Meanwhile, Lynn's on Ludwig. Ludwig has gotten pretty dang, like, consistent. Like, it's really this newer strat where we use the fire paper and
I miss the R2, but that's fine.
yeah, Mr. R2. That's not a big deal. You'll have to do like, oh gosh,
Oh, no. Okay, you should be fine. Yeah, you got
yeah,
this
we're
tiger.
good. We're good now. Okay, the power of not taking a counter hit. Boop him in the head. Aw, you can boop him in the.
You keep what's it called? Fire paper from the beginning of the game. Because it does more damage against Ludwig. You did a lot of
It's
damage
actually
with it.
well, it's not even a damage thing. It's for whatever like beasts.
Oh, yeah,
The beasts have different animations, death animations on when they die by fire. So, and Ludwig, at least first phase, is considered a beast. I guess it carries over into second phase or whatever, but it more or less it saves like not even a second, but you don't have to wait on the fog wall, and it's quite nice.
Yeah, same for the wait, what even is it called? The beast that drop you the upgrade materials, wandering beast or something like that. Yeah, when you finish
Wandering madness, I think is what they're called. I call them lizards because wandering madness is a mouthful.
When you finish them off with Molotov, they die quicker as well, like for Ludwig and fire. I guess that's the same.
Jelly beans are
Ganked.
loose. Oh, one got. Oh, get him! All right.
Oh, the other one is spawning on his back. Oh my god. Okay, he dead.
All right, he got him. Very nice.
So Lin decided to go for the skull earlier because he's going to take lamps, I think, in the DLC.
Yeah,
like before
that's
Maria.
typically the strat. You know, you grab the skull early. You're not really losing time. You're just moving that segment up. You might have one extra warp, but who cares? But the nice thing about it is, like, one, you grab lamps, and two, you get it. Pretty much all your echoes. I mean, hypothetically, when everything goes right, you keep all your echoes throughout the whole run here, and then you can dump them for vid or whatever after Orphan because you don't have to warp back. It's a nice marathon strat that I do quite often because after you've run with 10 vit for forever, you know, give yourself 16. Oh, he got a jump R2. Get in there, get the head break.
You feel like the HP bar is so much longer, but you might still get 2 shots or 1 shot by counter hit.
Okay, ooh, got the head break.
So yeah, he's good.
He should be good here.
Boom. Oh, barely survive. Oh, I guess he survived because he has less leveling up.
Oh yeah, that's true. I guess he has a little bit less levels. I think he did miss a hit though there. Okay, Lynn electing to kill these little guys. So research hall, yeah, we're jumping back and forth. So research hall is scary. Period. All these guys,
get smacked.
Like these guys don't have eyes, but they'll find you fast. They got insane hearing. And we're actually gonna see. We're gonna see if Lynn's gonna do the research hall skip, which I don't. Have you even seen this, Ivan?
Yeah, I've seen it, but I've never done it myself. It's too new, too recent.
Too new, too recent. It's actually the version where you're on the outside of the door is actually it's brain dead easy in my opinion. It just gotta know where to jump.
I decided to heal twice, so the hunter was fully loaded and stuff. So she react faster as well. I think it's so scary to heal twice. Wait, no. Are you supposed to heal twice? Wait, I felt like he healed an extra time. Maybe I'm just crazy. That's a possibility as well.
Cookie's had this other version of that fall where you end up using one extra vial, and I'm not a fan of it, but I think it's just to avoid the hunter.
Because here it felt like the hunter was loaded really fast and so scary when she got reloaded. Okay, now it should be fine. He can just spawn, kill the failure over and over. And just hope for the other one to not shoot the magic.
Yeah.
The magic ball.
Who found that research hall, Skip? That was Cookie. Giant cookie jar. Ooh, this is getting kind of funky here at failures. Lynn's got.
They're trying to do like some crossfire on Lynn.
Yeah, they're just they're throwing the ball back and forth between each other. But typically, what you want to do is you don't want to have all these extra guys spawning. All right.
He has magic. The meteor's falling.
Meteor's
He's not even
falling.
looking at them.
I am scared. He believes. Oh, he's actually got to pop an extra new pellet. So that means he's not going to have as much for Maria, but that's okay.
Is he going to do a quit out? Yeah. Is it even worth it at this point? Yeah.
I mean, you'll have a little bit, maybe.
Yeah. But when you quit out here, you keep your meter up. And so when you use the pellet again, you already have that little of bars you saved from the previous fight. It's really nice. But optimally, you have the bar almost full, and so you reach Maria, and your bar is like 3/3 full or 3/4 full, and yeah, just you get a nice damage boost. But now he's going to reach the boss fight, and we'll barely have any left. But it's still nice, I guess. Still cool. No, it's going to be empty.
How many hits does it take to get to the death of a cleric beast? Today it was 6. And now Lynn's on Maria, so Maria. A lot of runners don't like Maria for probably good reason. She can be a heck. So she has this like hyper armor attack. Well, she'll just tank she doesn't care. She'll just wipe the floor with you.
He tries to go for a backstab, but sadly she decided to jump away and barely missed it. But
he should be able to kill her here.
You have so much damage in this route, so usually you don't even fight phase 2 and 3, which is pretty nice. You only have to deal with phase 1.
Yeah, because you don't want to have to dodge her in phase 2 or 3. It's not fun. But yeah, the backstabs they're nice when you land them because it essentially makes the fight free.
Yeah, but I feel like when you miss, it pins you for so long, and you lose so much stamina. It's scary. You really don't want to miss it. There's a Forest Hunter DLC as well. But how much her head Lynn is? Like 7 minutes, 8 minutes, or something like that.
You definitely ahead by a decent chunk.
Of it, yeah. I don't think it's that much in game time, but RTA is much ahead.
But he did have a lot of extra quit outs and such, so we have to take that into account as well.
Yeah, true.
We'll know at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lynn's going through the Hamlet, no elixir Hamlet. It seems scary, but with proper line and stamina usage, it's not too big a deal. Those shark dogs are really the big meme. That and watching out for the big Omega shark here at the end. You don't want to have him mess with you. Yeah, he's following up, so Lynn's just gonna do a quit out.
Smart thing to do. Because you have like skulls coming out, you have a mega shark coming at you as well. Just very awkward to get out of that little house, honestly.
Yeah, it's awkward. The shark dog you can get by without issue, but if the big dude's there, like it's not even worth it. But yeah, Lynn grabbing that lamp just in case something goes wrong here at Orphan. Coming up, doing the Hamlet skip, which the quit out version where you just do a slope quit out. We don't actually we don't have that many slope quit outs kind of in Bloodborne, surprisingly. It's pretty standard in Dark Souls runs, but we don't really use them that much. Uh-oh. Forrest has got a liquor following him.
You know, poison, it's fine.
Did he not pop an elixir there? He just popped it.
He had one, but it drawn out like super early.
Hmm.
So he didn't heal before the ladder. He didn't get shot twice. Oh my god.
Clinch.
Very good.
Alright, release. Okay. Meanwhile, Lynn is on Orphan. Let's go.
I don't know how common it is to get shot twice if you have an elixir on, but yeah, that was a bit sketchy.
Yeah.
Often
that guy by the ladder is a boss, pretty much, because you don't want to mess with him.
Oh, okay.
And
just tiny bit early and got caught.
Yeah, Orphan said nope. Yeah, he got the lamp. It's all good.
Maybe we get the Forest comeback now. Let's see how it goes.
Don't call it a comeback.
Yeah, it still has quite a long way to go. But we need to believe in the comeback.
Meanwhile, Force here is on Ludwig. Got the leg break, very nice. Going for the head break. Got it. Pop your paper. Go to town. And
nice,
clip the toenail. Let's go. So yeah, this is Ludwig's strat when everything goes right.
He had
to do one extra little hit. I think he's still probably a little low on, since he lost those echoes. He might not still be. I didn't see his levels, but
the damage looked normal on the very first combo, so I guess he has the right stat. I don't know.
Yeah, it might have just been a counter meme.
Yeah. Okay, round 2 versus Orphan for Lynn.
Round 2, fight. And it looks like he's just got one more pellet, so we'll see how this one goes, and if it goes awry, you might have to go back and get some more, but I believe.
Yeah, get it.
Yeah. So Orphan's like one of the probably most fun fights, like just being, it's a really reactive fight. I mean, it doesn't look very sexy. I mean, you're just doing backstabs. Like, it's not super intricate, but there's a lot going on.
It's so much fun to play, honestly.
Because
you just try a bunch of attacks and bait follow-ups and stuff, so you can get guaranteed backstabs.
Yeah, between positioning, strafing, baiting out what you're trying to bait out certain attacks. It's a fun fight. The only not fun fight is the whole insta lightning thing, but
yeah,
we don't even have to worry about that. Lynn gets through easy peasy.
He was spamming the YOLO combo a bit at the end here, but it's fine. It's like a very long attack to deal with. It's super easy to deal with, but it's kind of long, so you don't want to see it too often. You'd much rather have like the quick ones. But it's fine. Completely fine. He's dead. He's going to do that like the last shopping trip of the run. Just a bunch of pellets and pepper.
Just buying the stuff before we're heading out for the last joyride of the run. More or less, it's more of an insight dump, and we don't really talk about that too much, but like insight does tie into your beast meter. Like you see here, Lynn's running up to Lawrence, and he's already got a beast meter just because he dumped a bunch of insight. Like that's essentially the amount of beast meter he has is how much he had lost on the back end when he has a bunch of insight. I think it's like 27 roughly at the end of the DLC, but like you lose out on damage by having insight, and that is really the only spot in the run where we're actually cognizantly dumping it to improve our damage.
Yeah, there was this strat before people used to do where you just dumped your inside before Gammon, so you start the fight with a super big beast bar, which could help with damage, but I think it's
Yeah,
not
I
really
mean,
optimal to do.
yeah,
sadly.
we've that, and yeah, I've seen that before. I mean, it kind of ties in the same thing as like Maria, right? Like trying to
Yeah,
keep.
yeah, exactly.
But if you have a good Gearman, typically, in Moon, it's one pellet, and the timing's nice. Lynn's on
Okay.
Lawrence doing the pretty cool new strat, which if everything goes successfully will be a phase 1 kill, which is always cool to see. And
This is
it's a pretty
100% consistent.
yeah, it's just execution, just making
Yep.
sure you hit all the spots on the right time, and it's always fun because I hated this boss casually.
I too bad we. Oh wait, what happened to Forest Cape? He lost
Oh,
the cape.
Forrest has got
Couldn't
the meme where his cape disappears. I could see his pants. What in the world? That rat was in a very strange position.
need to get the cape back. You need to unequip and re-equip the armor piece, but it's really, I don't know what causes it.
I actually had that happen the other day too. I don't know. It's just a visual glitch, I guess.
Yeah.
You look unique. You look pretty swag though. Look at those pants. Woo. Never get to see them. All right. Get to see the failures. Meanwhile, Lynn's on his way to witches.
I think usually the scary part of the failure part is the first two, and then when you get the spawn kill going, it should be pretty free. Unless you get really unlucky with the magic balls, the other guy shoots at you on the other side, but once you are on that spot where the spawn kills them, it's pretty GG.
Yeah, and I'm not 100% sure, like, but if you're fast enough, oh god.
Oh my god, I jinxed it. Okay, I think he leveled up HP
The
and so
peach
he
bit.
survived.
Oh.
The peach bit saved him, nice.
All right. Yeah, that's the memes that can happen. Is that other guy says nope.
Almost the game seems super hard. The caster curse. You barely escape.
But yeah, what you can get them at least to half health, if not more. As long as it's the faster you are, you can almost get them down to probably 40% roughly before the second guy spawns on the other side, and then you pretty much have 2 cycles and you're done, that's like the best, because the part where you're losing time is 1, waiting for that guy on the other side to spawn, and 2, having to dodge whatever he's throwing at you. So and that's kind of the weird thing about the research hall skip with the new one is, like, a lot of people think that I've heard runners talk that they think it messes up the AI a little bit, and or like causes the meteor attack to happen more, which is obviously slow. So we're still in the testing phases of that. Got to just put it through the ringer and see how it plays out. The hard versions, actually, I think, not even worth it. There's a version where you, like, more or less go through the wall and then have to go to, like, skip the door opening, but you have to go back and trigger the fight at the start, hit the boss trigger.
Up the stairs, yeah. I think I've seen that one. We dodge the slash really nicely done.
Very nice.
Dead. Really nice fight.
When I dodge that, I'm usually a lot further away. I didn't know if that was going to clip him. Very nicely done,
right
though.
On the face, she actually misses you. Like, if you are barely on the right and really close to her, she just misses. It's like the no-roll strat. And it's
Forrest giving a peepo, hey.
So Lynn is about to do witches, so the first one, she just died in 5R1. And where it gets a bit scary is when you fight a second witch, because you can see there are like the spawns in the arena, and sometimes they go to you and rush you down really fast. I think it's fine. Yeah, he's being slow.
And then you're gonna
And
do
if you
this
quit
cool,
up,
do the cool barrel quit
yeah.
out. And that'll
The game doesn't.
actually put him outside of the arena.
Yeah, like the game doesn't really know to put you. I guess you are since you are in the air, and it puts you at the entrance, so you save, I don't know, a couple of seconds of going back.
Yeah, it's kind of like Greatwood Skip. I mean, I think it's because you're on unstable ground, and it's like the boss is dead, but it's still in that transition period where it still thinks it's a boss arena. Hence why it like pushes you out like it would if you quit out during the boss fight, right?
Yeah, yep.
I'm not sure why the unstable ground part is required, but it's a cool little thing because you never see the you don't see it normally. It's like, why would I get on this barrel? But it's kind of neat. Meanwhile, Forrest is about to do the Hamlet skip. And Lynn's approaching Canehurst. Will he find Ligarius? That's always
I
the
hope so.
million dollar question.
He's been that far, so now he has to find him. I really hope he can manage to find him. So he has 10 hits. So I hope he doesn't get one shot by the skulls. Don't want to jinx it, obviously.
Oh, the
I
brain
think
sucker? Brain licker?
Oh no, you know the skulls from Logarius? I think you get
Oh,
one shot
yeah. Yeah, you would. Well,
10 hits on the counter hits.
on a counter, you would, if you get an insta skull. But not if you you can tank it and live with just a little bit. All right. Forrest got his cape back. Very nice. As you're gonna need that for orphan fight. All right, going for a butt scratch a little early. Oh, he got baseball, throwing baseballs in his face.
It's kind of weird that he tries to throw the ball like super close from super close range.
So yeah, typically after the 2 backstabs is when you can start baiting out the jump attack with the pellet butt scratch, because Orphan's gonna like he's coded to punish you on using of an item.
Yeah, but the thing is, you cannot do it twice in a row. Like, it only works once. And then you need to wait for Orphan to do another attack if you want to do it again. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, there's actually been a cool strat recently. It's like, there's a couple different ways to do it, but some people do like, nice job, Forrest. The,
Yeah. You don't get the lightning.
I lost my train of thought.
You were talking about the bait, the jump bait.
Oh, there's like a couple different new ways to kind of after the butt scratch. You can do like a running R1 right in front of him to bait out the AoE where he puts it in the ground. You can also do like a double roll.
Double roll, okay. I didn't know that one.
Yeah, I haven't tried that one. I do the running R1.
Scary as fuck.
But it actually works pretty consistently, really, and it's nice to be able to bait another backstabbable attack, because the less times you have to mess with phase 2 transform / phase 2 period, I mean that's just gonna improve your consistency.
Ulin is going into the Logarius arena now. I hope he gets a nice opening and stuff. Let's see how it goes. You use the pellets right before, and also also when you do the animation before a cutscene, you keep your sprint.
Yeah, we never talked about that, but yeah. That's probably one of the most asked questions. Like, why are you tricking your weapon? Oh, even out at full health. I think he's got 12 bit.
He's worth like 10, but I might be.
He just says he's playing Rocky right now. He's just taking the hits to the face and says, I don't care.
He's tanking.
Okay, that's...
Oh my god.
Lynn. I don't think he grabbed the... I don't know if he grabbed the elevator. He's got it. So he might have a jog. So yeah, that's...
Comeback time?
Don't call it?
One more time. If you die one more time to Logarius, maybe comeback time.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Forrest is on Lawrence doing the same strat. Pretty easy peasy. Yeah, Ligarius can be that guy. So like typically he's not a problem, but the thing is like you have to know, like you can kind of have him in a loop, right? But the problem is oh man, Forrest going for this insane gun kill. Let's go.
But for Logarius also there is a strategy, like if you quit out right before Logarius, it takes a couple of more seconds to activate when you enter the fight, so it's much more easier to deal with the first attack he does. Like if when you do a quit out right before, it's like a pitch strat, but it makes the fight so much easier. Because you have more time to run towards him, and it takes longer before doing the very first move. And usually you get him to go behind you, like from the way you came, and it's so much easier to deal with because he don't really go on the roof. It's so much easier to deal with, but you throw away a bunch of RTA for that, and you waste time obviously, but make it so much easier.
Yeah, but yeah, he's definitely like one of those ones. Like you can loop him, but there's as long like the trick is being able to recognize when he's not in his loop and when he's like
Yeah.
can actually attack you. Like because you can almost just tell by his like quote unquote body language that he's gonna like throw a skull or he can do something funky. And
But also when he does a dash backward, he will always do a melee attack afterwards, so that's a nice tell. Lin is about to do round 2.
Round 2,
But
yeah, he went
he
and knocked down the guy that shoots the little arrows that aggro all the ghosts, which is actually pretty smart because I don't know if you've ever had this, but I've been on that ladder, you know, during a race or something, and had that guy hit me with so many of those arrows that I fall off the ladder because it takes away your stamina, and as soon as you're at 0 stamina on a ladder, you're free falling, and yeah, that's a feels bad.
round 2 for Lin. I think round 2 is easier too because
You kind of have to go. You kind of have to. Well, he's gonna throw like one attack out early, but you can like just kind of hug the right side by the pillars and pop your stuff, and typically be all right. Like he's gonna throw this one early, and then you just kind of go around it.
Well, Lin just goes in completely straight, full Rambo mode again.
Lynn says, I'm tired of your junk, Mr. Ligarius."
And he should be dead.
Oh man, to fit that extra R1 in was oof. He almost got a little trade there, but that was nice. More or less textbook. Let's go. Rank your Z's in the chat for Lynn. Almost done. Just got Garamune.
Last 2 bosses for Lin. Papi G and Moon Presence.
Did you say Papa G? Wait. Is this are you telling me Papa G is really Garamune and vice versa?
No, like Papi, not Papa.
Oh, Papi. Okay.
Papi G. You want to parry him and do dash L1. And usually it takes 2 combos before he transitions to the next phase. Yep, like that. Then it's like 1 or 2 more combos before the backstab. It's in all bosses it's really smooth, honestly. You cannot destroy him. Like as a backstab.
Boom, that's it.
Yeah.
And then you build some meter on his dead corpse because the disrespect is real.
But what's tricky is you really want to have a really nice Garamond fight to get a nice Moon Presence as well, because you need the pellets to continue long enough for you to take care of Moon Presence. That's a really tricky boss fight, honestly.
But yeah, how good your Garamond is definitely directly determines how good your Moon is.
Yeah. He had a really nice Garamond, so he's getting a nice Moon Presence too.
And he gets the visceral 1 pellet kill. Visceral kills fast. GG Lin.
Nice. So when you kill Moon Presence with a visceral attack, the death animation is much faster. So you really want to finish her off with a visceral attack. GG.
And actually, Forrest just did that ladder rope I was talking about, where he got the witches, and now he's going to do this run. This is just my personal opinion. I think I wouldn't do it just because I wouldn't want to mess with these dogs again. But that's just me.
He stopped sprinting right in front of the lady with the hammer, and it's so scary because she can actually push you into the lake. It's sketchy. She says go and die and pushes you. But did it show the in-game time yet? No. I think
No,
it's
not
just
yet.
on the screen.
He's just building the suspense.
I think Forrest had like a couple more quid outs, but he seems a bit far behind still, so I don't know if he can make it. I think it's going to be pretty close to like 1 minute difference, maybe.
Something like that. I bet it's a few. But it's not near as big as you'd think. I don't think.
Yeah.
It's always hard to tell just because, like I said, I'm pretty sure Lynn's on a Pro with SSD, and I think Forrest is on just a normal with SSD. So there's a little bit of discrepancy there. And like we said, we go up IGT, so you never know until the very end. Our very first race in this tournament, we actually had a RTA winner, but it was not the IGT winner.
It was Blanks and
it was Blanks and Forrest, actually, I think.
Yeah, I remember watching that race, and it was really concerning.
Yeah, it was. It you never know. That's like the thing with Bloodborne speedruns, like, and that's why I always like, even if there's a difference, one finishes before the other, you never know until the end, and that's why I think they're so exciting.
I'm going to do a nice little skip here. I don't know if they actually intended the skip to be here. Probably not, but it's so smooth.
You can't tell me it's not intended. It's too perfect.
That little staircase just being put there.
I think my head canon is that it was a developer that's like maybe a fan of speedruns or skips, and it was like, I'm gonna put this here. It's okay, this is here. Like, it's not super obvious, but here you go, guys.
It's just giving us a little boost.
I mean, and it's great because even casually you can use it to go grab the knight set and the was it the hunter tool, the executioner gloves?
Oh yeah.
Like it's a nice little. You don't have to like go around, so it's kind of nice. Have no idea how to run around there otherwise. Trust me, I could tell you that a lot of the speedrunners, if you asked them to run through areas like that weren't on the speedrun path, they'd probably get lost.
I think I get lost if I had to do research or like kind of normally. I have no idea.
If you asked me to not do the quit out strat, like I wouldn't. It would not be a good deal. Ligarius is getting loose again. All right, we got him back in the loop. Here we go. This should be GG. He might have a little. He might have a smidge of health. Nope, that was good.
GG.
GG Forrest. All right, coming up, Franker Z's from Forrest. We're almost done. It's been a really good race. Forrest had some memes with Reborn, but other than that, I think it's been a pretty good run.
He died twice, unfortunately.
Well, 3 times really, wasn't it?
3 times.
Or was it 2? It was 2 times, but he had to go back 3 because he traded on the second one.
Oh yes, yeah, you are right. That's such a long run back, sadly.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be interesting to see the time at the end.
Yeah, I know. And Lynn's got us waiting in suspense. I think he had to use the restroom or something.
I think Lynn wins, but not by much. We'll see. So let's not jinx. Forrest is not done yet.
He's got this in the bag though. Gehrman ain't nothing. What vid is Forest on? Omega Vit.
I don't know, 15-ish.
Something like that. It's more than 12, I'll tell you that.
I think when you have 10, you barely go over the box around the items. So I think he has like 15.
15, 16 would sound about right.
Are we doing your bets?
Which would make sense. Like 16 is what you get with that keeping all those DLC echoes, but and
Yeah,
that's
GG.
a wrap. GG. GG Forest.
But I think Lynn didn't show the time yet.
Yeah,
Wait,
Lynn hasn't shown
keeping
time
the
yet.
suspense
He's
going.
keeping us in suspense. All right. We will. That was a really good race. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I did. So yeah, let's
Yeah.
bring him in. I don't know if Forrest is going to be able to come in. It looks like he might have disconnected or something.
It's like 4 minutes difference.
Okay, we got
over
a
4 minutes.
looks like a 1:13:39 for Lynn and a 1:18:46 for Forrest. There we go. So that means that Lynn has won this one and will be moving on. But that was a great race. That was awesome to watch.
He's going to face Deep Planet in the next round. The
Yes,
Dutch Gold Gamer, so it's going to be tough.
it's true.
Hello.
Hi, Lynn.
Hey, Lynn.
Good,
GG.
great run.
Thank you. Forest, GG on the race.
Hello?
Yeah, there's Forrest.
Correct. GG.
Thank you.
I'm having trouble reading what's Lynn's final time. Is that a 112?
1:13:39, I believe.
Oh, nice.
59, yeah.
59,
1:13.
excuse me. 1:13:59. Yeah, that was a
Very
great
smooth.
race, guys. I mean,
Very
Forrest,
smooth.
you had some memes over there at Reborn.
4 skips at Yargul. That was fun.
Oh yeah,
That's some nice Yargul skill practice, at least on the bright side.
I was very embarrassed. Lecture skill about 20 times. I lost 1 minute.
it happens. It happens. We've all been there. It's one of those ones where it starts snowballing because you miss it a few times and then you start getting frustrated and then it's like it feels like you can't ever get over the dang thing. You just keep getting taller and taller.
Race was much more comfortable than previous matches, and I was able to focus a little more on the game. Very fun and great experience. Thank you, everyone, and thank you very much, Ivan, Peanut, for commenting. I
No
want to
worries.
see Ivan's play again.
Oh, maybe. No pressure.
But yeah, that was a great race. I mean, Lynn was zooming. Really, besides the lecture hall and the orphan death, you were zooming. You were trucking. And Forrest, you were doing great. I mean, besides the Reborn stuff, really, I mean, you were doing really good too.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with sub 120 with 3 deaths to Reborn.
Yeah, I mean that was awesome, and you know, memes happen. Like trust me, Reborn's got us all.
I got that right drift on the research hall skip, so I didn't even try it a second time. I don't really get how that happens, but I just slipped.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I'm not that great at the research hall skip. That's a cookie question. But no, that was awesome race. Thank you guys for participating in the tournament. Forrest, thank you so much. I know this is your first tournament, and while your time in it has concluded, I hope that you'll be in the next one, and we'll continue to do races, and yeah, we'll be here next year. So yeah,
discs to break, so I'll be there.
Okay, awesome. And yeah, so I think that about wraps it up for us, guys.
Yep. Well, it was a really nice race. Thanks for making the tourney, Peanut.
Oops.
Good luck, Lynn, for the next race.
Yeah, and good luck, Lynn, for the next race. Going to be facing DP. I do not have any. We do not have any currently scheduled matches. So just be on the lookout. Keep an eye out on the schedule, which you can find. I don't even know the command. Excuse me. There we go. There's a schedule sheet there, and you can keep a look at the bracket to keep on abreast of what's going on. We have lower round. We pretty much more or less have lower round 4. Lower round 4 complete. We just have Eden and Blade, which Eden has to get his wisdom teeth out this week, so we might have to push that back just a smidge. But other than that, we've got pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We pretty much just have we have like 8 matches left in this tournament. So like I hope everybody here and watching has been having a blast watching these. We've had 23 matches so far, I think, something like that. Like, this has been a really fun experience. I think it's brought out a lot of just good stuff. You got guys running, skips found, speeds happening, and it's been a great experience. And I hope you guys are having fun as much as I am. So, yeah. With that being said, I think that's it for us. So, I think we're just going to be signing off. We will catch you on the next one. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will catch you later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.